Hey everyone, so this video is in conjunction with my last video where here in John chapter 10 verse 34, Jesus is speaking to the cursed of the left named, right? And as quoting Psalms 82:6, Jesus didn't continue quoting verse 7, but now as like men, okay, which is literally human, you will die, and like one of the princes you will fall. So I spoke, you are Elohim, which is the plural, Hebrew Elohim, plural, gods, and sons of the uppermost, all of you, sons of God, Elohim. But like human, you will die. Where in the Hebrew, the word human, men here, is Adam. Adam, Strong's H120, also found in Genesis 1:26 here. And Elohim spoke, we make Adam in our image, where Elohim here is plural, gods, which the Greek theos, equivalent to the Hebrew Elohim, is plural here, gods. So the audience, the Jews here who Jesus is speaking to, what he's basically telling them is that like Adam's fall, you will fall, but also as one of the princes. Again, Psalms 82:7. So like human, you will die, and as like one of the princes, you will fall, indicating there's more than one princess who has fallen. We understand that in the Old Testament, the word prince or princess also speaks of angels, as seen right here in Daniel chapter 10, verse 13, Daniel chapter 10, verse 21, with Michael, and then Daniel 12:1, Michael, the very great prince. Where again, like one of the princes you will fall indicates there's already been a fall of a prince or an angel, who is the one described in Ezekiel 28, where this one designated Melech Zor in the Devar translation, literally the regent of Zor, already fell. And Melech Zor must not be confused with Helel of Isaiah 14:12. These are two different beings or princes. Here in Ezekiel 28, Melech Zor, he was a cherub. Verses 14, 15, where in verse 13, he was created immaculate. Okay? You can read this chapter. Where note, when you back up to verse 2, the Duke of Zor here is not Melech Zor, the cherub. This is a human. In verse 6, he spoke, because you're giving your heart preserve as the heart of an Elohim, or God. Or again, in verse 9, we read, Elohim am I, but you are human. So we have to distinguish between the Duke of Zor and Melech Zor, the cherub, who fell, already fell, as read in the conclusionary verses here. Here in verse 18 it states, and I gave you as ashes on the earthland. Ashes on the earthland before the eyes of all those seeing you. And those knowing you in among the peoples were shocked. Okay, so this is not speaking of Helel, of Isaiah 14:12. But one of multiple princes who already fell, where Helel is now the one that Jesus is referring to when he quotes this verse, all right, who is Helel, son of the fourth watch time. Okay, Okay, so this is the next fall of the prince, who is the god of this eon, the ark being of the air. We actually made a video talking about this here. Satan has not fallen out of heaven, which is kind of far down on my list, if you're interested in going back and watching that. So the point being is that when we're connecting the dots to the parabolic watch time orders of the present heavens and earth transition into a new, Helel will fall out of the heaven, which is the fourth watch time, early red dawn, from the Hebrew shachar here, which is translated morning in the King James, okay, son of the morning, okay, fourth watch time, of which Helel is son of the, we could say, fourth watch time.